I'll proudly fly this thin blue line flag behind me just to piss you off. Hey everybody. It's going to be an open stream, open panel. Speaking of which, let me go ahead and post the link to join panel. Hey, Archangel. Hey, Alan. Tried to get this morning by finishing some edits to the second Chili song. And I'm waiting for that to load. Hey, Pat. So yeah, any of you guys want to come up? It's open panel. We can talk about pretty much anything. Hey, NCR. Okie dokie. And yeah, I need to pin my comment up there on the chat. Hey, Smitty. All right, there we go. All right, so the StreamYard link is pinned in the chat for anyone who wants to join the panel. It's open topic, open discussion. And then hopefully before the stream ends, I'll have the new video for Trifold Man finished uploading to here. And CR, you're more than welcome to come up here. Hey, Abby.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, NCR.
So,
I figured
about
we just do a
that,
chill stream.
all right, we can do that. Wanted to get your take on the Arizona 8-foot rule being just put on a temporary timeout.
What did they do? Temporarily suspend it for
Yeah,
now?
uh, the judge, well, a judge out there did issue a temporary injunction at the behest of several news organizations and the SCLU under what I believe is false pretenses.
Mm.
But
So,
he did
what were the? Go ahead.
well, he did leave it open to be challenged if any lawyer wants to defend it out there for one of the counties or the attorney general. But the attorney general at Maricopa County had said no.
Hmm.
But if you want, were you going to ask me what the pretenses were for them to petition the
Yeah.
judge? Well, they misunderstood the ruling for the law in the first place. It was meant to be only enforced for traffic stops, which we can both agree, seeing how these people act with the cameras that we cover, they get a bit aggressive.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they,
Yeah. They do.
the news organizations and the ACLU said it was violating the First Amendment because that would stop them from being able to do press conference with police or hold interviews with them or even follow them out of a courtroom, like on the courtroom stairs to interview them for anything, which is totally not the case.
Yeah. No. I mean, it's the way I look at it is the 8-foot rule is mainly a not a officer safety standpoint. It's a standpoint of safety for the general public.
I
Um,
agree.
if you get too close to a traffic stop, first off, those officers when they do traffic stops, the majority of the time, they don't know if the suspect behind the wheel that they just pulled over for a traffic violation has a warrant for their arrest, if they just robbed a bank or held up a jewelry store, if they're armed and dangerous, a wanted fugitive from some other state in the country, or anything. It could be literally anybody behind the wheel of the vehicle that they just tried to do a traffic stop on. And the 8-foot rule is mainly just to keep everybody safe. Because what if you are one of these First Amendment auditors that are out there recording the police doing a traffic stop, and then all of a sudden the person behind the wheel of that car and all their homies in the back of the car start popping off rounds towards the cop and you get hit?
Oh yeah,
Now you're going to sue the cops.
but even
That's the
then,
way I look at the 8-foot rule.
and I see it that way too, because if you look at what they always say, well, you're not responsible for my safety. The Supreme Court said that, but yet they would turn around and sue the cops or the county, whoever would be sheriff or local law enforcement for the city. They would say, "Oh well, you didn't protect us from that guy shooting at us or stabbing us, so we want money now." When they say all the time they don't want it, they don't need to be protected. I mean, we
Oh,
we
yeah.
see how many videos of people on traffic stops just going irate and attacking cops or driving off.
Yeah, if you want a good example of why not to get within 8 feet of a traffic stop, I would encourage you to look up Kyle Dinkkeller video. That video right there will automatically send chills down anyone's spine wanting to get within 8 feet of a traffic stop.
Oh, I've seen plenty of videos out there of people going on traffic stops and then horrible things happen. Either they get caught into crossfire of a suspect being armed and shooting, or trying to drive off, distracting the cop, and the cop end up getting hurt,
Mm-hmm.
or another person. It's just, I feel that the rules should have been kept on the books.
Oh yeah, definitely, it should have been kept on the books. Um, I mean, with the Kyle Dinkkeller video, which you can still find it on YouTube. No one's going to be making money off of that video. But you see Kyle Dinkkeller, who is a deputy sheriff here in Georgia, pull over a speeding, like, it's either a Toyota or a Nissan pickup truck. And the guy gets out of the car, starts dancing around, begging Kyle to shoot him and kill him. And then he goes back into his truck and he starts to pull out I believe it was like a M1 carbine or an
Mm-hmm.
M1 Garand rifle, and gets into a shootout with Deputy Dinkkeller, like within seconds of the traffic stop starting. And then he finally is able to shoot Kyle Dinkkeller and methodically assassinate him by taking out his legs, his shoulders, his elbows, and then the final shot was a shot to the head. And that's one of the prime reasons why no one needs to get that close to a traffic stop, because you have no clue what's fixing to pop off.
I mean,
And if these, go ahead.
I've seen videos and have read reports of people coming up on traffic stops thinking they're going to do the right thing by filming or trying to interfere, ended up becoming hostages.
Mhm.
So you turn something that could have been solved rather quickly into a situation now where more tax dollars are being spent, more people's lives are being put at risk. For what?
Yeah, for no reason at all. For a little bit of
So
YouTube clout for the First Amendment auditing community.
I I think it's just they all want their 15 minutes of fame.
Oh
That's what
yeah,
I honestly believe. Because look at auditing
exactly.
Erie.
And when,
Go on.
oh yeah, auditing Erie County. God,
Mhm.
I can't stand him.
Well, look at this. Every time there's a news report about an auditor, they blow it up and they put it all over their channels. They put it all over their community pages, their Facebook groups. I don't know if any of them have discourse, but they probably do. Like, look at the best examples would be Freedom News Now, auditing Erie County, and Long Island audits. Bragged
Oh
out
yeah.
on interviews with news stations, and then go around acting like they've changed the world.
Oh yeah. Well, they haven't changed anything. I mean, I haven't found one single civil rights lawsuit about the First Amendment that any of them have their name on and have won for a police department or any government agency telling them to stop filming or to get away or for arresting them because they were causing a disturbance or trespassing.
I haven't either. And the biggest thing I've come across with them is sheer hypocrisy and narcissism.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's exactly it. Number one, most of them have narcissistic tendencies. They've all got to be front and center, and the attention's got to be on them. And they're always right. No one else is right.
And they're,
Even when they get proven wrong, they're still right.
oh, yeah. I mean, look at Freedom News Now and how he portrays himself. He wears all black tactical gear, tactical gloves, a bulletproof vest, a balaclava, heavy dark sunglasses, a ski mask, not ski mask, but a ski cap, walking around using a fake
Yeah.
Arabic accent, and copying another, I'm going to just say it with air quotes, activist by saying, God, well, Allah bless the homeless troops.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to do something, why would you need to draw attention to yourself that way?
You wouldn't. I mean, that right there is a good way to find yourself being investigated for several reasons, for casing a place, for burglary, possible targeting a place for a terrorist attack.
Oh, yeah.
And that's just coming from my standpoint working in security and my background of having training in counterterrorism and anti-terrorism. Like that right there is going to pique my interest. If you're standing outside a facility that I'm guarding, my first focus is, why are you dressed like that? Why are you out here recording my facility, which may or may not be a terrorist target?
I'm 100% on board with you on that. I mean, if you really wanted to do something for the First Amendment, I've come up with the best analogy. What why can't you just walk around wearing a shirt that says F the cops? That's your First Amendment right to do so. You're expressing your opinion. May not be a popular one, but it's a way you could do it. Or if you were to sing, something like
And
go on.
I can actually get behind. If you don't like the police, you can wear a F the police shirt all day long. It's not going to hurt my damn feelings.
Exactly. Or if you wanted to try to express your First Amendment and do it proper and see if they're going to, uphold your rights, why not sing something with profane language or something that's not popular, such as horrorcore, which I can see people getting offended by, but it's your right to do so. Those are two
Mm-hmm.
examples I've always used with anyone trying to defend the auditing community. You can do that and just do two case
Oh
studies.
yeah.
Have with the singing is have one person sing like country or gospel. Nobody's going to say anything about it. Sing something like hardcore gangster rap or heavy metal. You'll offend people and see who's going to get the cops called on you and who's going to have their rights violated. You could have done that. But,
Yeah, exactly.
but going to health departments, libraries, that doesn't help our First Amendment. Hey, Ms. Mandy.
Hey
Oh,
guys,
we've
how are
got
y'all?
another guest with us. I'm good, Miss Mandy. How are you doing?
Doing okay. I just wanted to come up and say hey real quick and say, why would they do that when they could make everybody's lives miserable?
For the
They
clout.
don't think about other people when they're doing that. It's all about clicks and views and their revenue stream.
I'm
Hmm.
100% on board with that. I agree
Exactly.
with Miss Mandy.
But anyway, just
Oh, we
wanted to
got
say
another
hey real
guest.
quick. Ah,
Yeah,
AU.
Hey, you.
How
yeah.
you
Hey,
doing
you.
today, Meow?
Well, nothing much. Just feed my cat.
I could tell, Meow.
Well, I actually did feed my cat though.
You guys have a great day. I just wanted to speak real quick.
You have a great too.
Have a good day.
Yeah, a
Bye,
great day
y'all.
too.
I'll be listening though.
Have a good day, Miss Mandy.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
These
open
these
topic.
frauditors. I mean,
Okay, got it.
yep. For instance, there was one case I saw. We don't need the frauditors to defend our First Amendment rights.
No, we don't.
That's the way I see
No.
it. I've got
I
actual
feel
news agencies, or there's actual footage somewhere on YouTube. I'll have to find it. It was a news agency that was looking into a small city, I believe it was in Mississippi, that they were investigating the city mayor and the city police for some funds that were messed up. And they went back to City Hall to do a records request for the correct records because they sent them only part of the records they requested, not all of them. And one of the higher ups in the police department turned around and arrested the reporter and the cameraman for trespass for filing a records request. And the news agency sent their lawyers out and had the charges thrown out in court through a legal process, and the news agency turned around and sued the city for them violating their First Amendment rights to freedom of press
Oh, yeah.
and won. So
I mean,
I don't need a frauditor going out there and saying, I'm protecting your First Amendment right to freedom of press.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're defending our rights by going into any government buildings, harassing people that actually work for a living, asking them incoherent questions and all a bunch of nonsense, and then causing a disturbance and getting arrested for it. I don't quite see how that helps.
it doesn't. I get them going and doing Freedom of Information Act requests. I get that. If you really to do content on a story, that's what you would do. You would get content that way. You would do some B-roll shots of outside,
Yeah.
maybe some inside of the lobby area. I get that. You don't want to tell them you're doing a story on them, so you would say a little white lie of, oh well, I'm doing a school project, or I would use this one. Oh well, I'm making a video for my family down south. I just wanted to show them the city. I'm doing little parts like the city hall. I just got done doing the oldest restaurants in town, like a local restaurant or something. And you put them off guard, and you can get your little B-roll. Go about your business. Nobody's going to have a problem, but you're not going to solve anything on the streets. It's going to be solved in the courtrooms.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, these frauditors, they just about get on my last nerve to the point where I'm almost trying to see if I can stick my hand through my phone or my computer screen and just smack the crap out of them.
And
I know.
also, how is sticking your phone into random windows helping?
Well, it doesn't
You gotta
help
be careful
nothing.
which window you stick your phone in.
Yeah, they do that all the time. Well, why? Because one, they're cloud chasers. Two, they would do anything to harass and provoke reactions for clicks and views.
Well,
Well, if you
this
do
will
it
be
to the wrong window, you may get a charge for peeping Tom.
Yeah, and they're too stupid to realize that that's what's gonna happen.
they also might end up in a worse place than a jail cell. Let's be honest. A lot of states have very unique stand your ground laws that, not for nothing, could be used against them.
Oh yeah. I mean, some of these frauditors, they just don't get it. If you come down to a state like Georgia where we have stand your ground and you screw up to the point to where someone decides, hey, you're a threat to me and my family, and we're out here in public, I'm going to stand my ground, and boom, 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 you're dead.
It's way worse for them up here in Ohio. We have what's known as the Castle Doctrine for our stand your ground law, and it is very unique. If I feel my home, my family, or my property, not my property, but myself, are in danger, I just have to give them a warning to leave me alone. If not, I can use force to stop them.
I also doubt that there is a stand your ground law here in California because, since California is a blue state, blue states don't, support the stand your ground thing. That's completely doubtful, you know.
Well, California is not a duty to retreat state. I will say that much, that I know. And actually, Abby, to answer your quote, to actually make a small correction, in Georgia and in a few other states, the actual no smoking in buildings policy is actually backed up by law. It's called the Clean Air Act. You can't smoke within 15 feet of a door legally in the state of Georgia.
Which is completely understandable.
I get that as well. I mean, as long as you're not hurting anybody, I have no problems with you smoking or using other things that are, as long as they are legal. I, I'll say that. We all know what certain herbal substance I'm talking about. Trying to keep it
Mm-hmm.
trying to keep it clean so you don't get problems with the TOS.
Well, I'm probably gonna get in trouble with YouTube anyways, because the new video for Trifold Man just finished uploading here in the video clips on StreamYard. So when I play that, I'll probably get another copyright claim on it, and then it'll go away within like 48 hours.
But
Which
you
that's
know,
2 days.
Mm-hmm.
you know what the funniest thing is? The the thing with them saying that, oh, they're exercising our rights and they're fighting for them. It makes me laugh when I think about two cases of actual copyright, not copyright, but First Amendment rights being violated and fought and won in the courts. One was Larry Flint.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the history of his lawsuit. Do you know the gentleman I'm speaking of?
Isn't
I can
that
do
the
it clean.
Flint v. Michigan case?
No, because this was in Georgia.
Okay.
Yeah, there's also been a very big issue with a lot of frauditors filing false copyright strikes to silence people.
Hey,
And
FN, welcome to the
and
chat, bud.
they've been creating so many arguments with fair use and copyright laws.
Well,
and they use that as an excuse to file false copyright strikes because they do not want people knowing the truth. They don't want to know the truth about them. And that's the reason why they file false copyright claims.
well, it's
Mhm.
not that. It's more of effect of you're putting out their wrongdoing, and it's it's like a digital version of tattling to the teacher because you caught them, shooting spitballs or something. But
Oh, I got to bring this
Well,
up.
that's exactly what I was explaining. But yeah.
ATV Films, we did have a frauditor that made the news because he walked into the Capitol building on January 6th last year.
Oh yeah, what was that guy's name? What was that
there were
guy's
two of
name?
them.
The one that I remember the most about is Daniel Warmus.
Yeah, what
Auditing
was that?
Erie
AKA,
What
County.
was that guy's
AKA
name?
auditing Erie County. But there was
Oh
also
yeah, I
the
remember
Bake
that.
Alaska. He was
Big
also
Laugh.
there. He was there. I believe Team Skeptic covered him.
What, the one from Alaska?
Yeah,
Which one? Is that the
the Baked
northern?
Alaska. That's no. He calls his channel the Baked Alaska.
Yeah, the guy who likes to live stream and stick his camera in random people's faces, harass them, and pepper spray them. And also likes to use hate speech on his channel. Yeah, I remember him.
No, all of them use hate speech in some form or fashion.
But we
Which,
don't. Because, hate speech is one of the things that we do not condone here.
No.
well, it's funny, and I've always found this ironic between uh, people who are staunchly racist and they go to that full. Well, no, it's because our skin's different. Take off the skin, we're all the same down there. We've all made muscle, bone, organs, nerve endings. You
Yeah.
know, we're essentially different species of the same animal. It's what's the difference? Color.
Well, our skin is different pigmentation, but on the inside, we're all the same.
Well, it's like this. What's the difference between the different species of butterflies? It's just their pigments. It's just the
That
color
they're
of their scales.
small and we're big.
Well, I'm using butterflies as an example. How many species of butterfly are there? Hundreds upon hundreds.
Mm-hmm.
But they're
Oh
all the
yeah, they're all
same
the
thing,
same.
except for different scales.
Yeah,
We're all the same thing, just we got different, pigment, like you said.
exactly. The skin pigmentation from me to NCR is going to be different, just like from me and NCR is going to be different from you, AU. But if you look at us on the inside, muscles, where our organs are placed in our bodies, it's all the same.
That's the one thing I've always found funny about racists is like, no, we're we're this, and that's what makes us different from them, and that makes us no, we're not. We're all people. We're
I
all the
mean,
same thing.
and that's the same thing when we talk about Chile. I mean, the man can't say, "Hey, I talked to this guy today," or "I talked to this woman today." It's always, "I talked to this black man today." He's always got to let the people know what race the person was that he was talking to.
There was a clip from 60 Minutes with Morgan Freeman and a reporter, and it was the best thing I've ever heard on how to end racism. Morgan Freeman was being asked about his feelings on Black History Month, and he asked the reporter because he knew him on a personal level. He's like, "Would you want a Jewish Heritage Month?" He's like, "No." And Morgan Freeman said it best: "Black history is American history, plain and simple." And he was asked, "How do we stop racism?" It's simple. Stop talking about it. I will refer to you not as a Jewish man. You will not refer to me as a black man. You will refer to each other as just men.
Mhm.
Simple
Yeah,
and
that-
beautiful and elegant. That's why I love it. It's one of my favorite interviews I've ever seen.
I mean, the way you go about life is if you don't want to have to deal with racism, treat everybody the same. Treat everybody as your equal. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
I mean, I'm multi-ethnic heritage. My father is Mexican. My mom is mixed race with some Native Americans, some English, some Scottish, a little bit of German. I'm a mutt. I don't care. I'm just me at the end of the day. My race, my family's history, it don't bother me. It's not what makes me me. It's my thoughts, my opinions, my beliefs. That makes me me.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So since we've talked about that, and I brought up chili briefly, you guys want to see the updated version of Trifold Man?
I would love to.
All I did was add a few pictures to it. That's all I did for the editing. It's not really that great.
That was amazing.
As much as I love ZZ Top, I don't know how I
It
feel
was.
about that. and I'm, and
It
I'm
was actually hilarious, man.
I have to admit, I'm kind of scared about my roast now because I have a feeling you've probably done ZZ Top cover to me in the chair.
No, it's not ZZ Top.
Oh, thank God, because I love Dusty Hill.
No. I did your song based off of a Ray Stevens song.
Ooh.
And FN, I will add the lyrics to the video. That way you guys can understand exactly what the heck I'm saying. Because I know Alvin in the Chipmunks is kind of hard to understand.
Yeah, you can make out some of the stuff, but oh my God. See, that's what I love about our community. We can have fun. We don't take ourselves seriously all the time.
Exactly.
And I'll say this, I love it when you do your videos. I showed my mom the Chili wants what he ain't got video. And she loved it. She smiled. She doesn't understand our community, but she thought it was hilarious.
Yeah, that one's going to get an edit done to it as well. Once I get through editing both of those with some extra footage, like from Chili's channel, those will get uploaded as the new official videos for the songs. Oh, Abby, you cheated. You went and got him off of Discord.
Cheating.
Well, Abby is a admin on my Discord server, so she has access to a few channels that regular users don't, including the CA only channel. Which is why
Abby says no. I posted it in Discord.
Oh, you posted it in Discord?
Yeah, she said that she did. Yep, she did.
Oh yeah, but unlike Chili, most of our videos aren't filled with misinformation and lies.
Like Amanda J always says, I'm more of a journalist than them because I actually try to get the correct information out there.
Exactly.
And I have ethics and standards.
Yeah, that's why we have this community to make sure that people are aware that there are idiots on the internet spewing lies, false information, and a whole bunch of horrible stuff on their channels.
Yeah, but I've got to agree with FN on this. It's the one thing that Chili hates the most is the fact that we are actually producers and directors and editors in our own mini movies, and something he can't be successful at.
I want to address Abby's also said that I'm also a journalist than them.
Yeah, I said that also.
I mean, if I'm calling myself a news network, I want to be accurate.
Abby, I love this community too, and plus I love everybody in this community because all of you are the greatest people I've ever met, and I mean that very much.
Well, if you look at us compared to them, it really comes down to this: we are actually willing to help our fellow man because we want to, and we're not going to hold that against them.
Yeah.
How many times in this community have we helped out each other with the smallest thing, a pair of headphones, or sending well wishes out there because somebody's not feeling well?
Oh yeah. Well, look at how Kix helped out the community. I mean, he sent Chad a laptop so he wasn't having to just upload shorts using his phone.
Yeah. If you look at our community, there is a generosity there that is what people strive for when they say, "Oh, well, we want a utopia or a community where everyone just helps each other." Well, we have that, but when you look at the Prodigy community, how much backstabbing and betrayal and holding stuff over them is there?
Yeah, I mean that's the one good thing about this community. When one of us have a problem, we all come together and try to help out as much as we can with it.
Yeah. But that's the thing, we're honest with ourselves, we're honest with our community, and we can laugh at ourselves. How many times in the stream have you guys heard somebody say about me breaking that damn chair? And I just take my lumps.
Mm-hmm.
It's, it was a funny accident. It sucked, but I now have my own submarine with windows
Don't forget a screen door.
and share carpeting. But that's how I see it. It's like we all have that one thing that makes us like that's that one thing that no matter how much we want to try to live it down, once we accept it and we just make it a part of our okay, that's our little funny ha ha. Like I already know. There's gonna be so many share jokes at the roast for me. Like, I already
Mainly
know that.
from Mando.
I'm expecting at least one or two from everybody, but from him, I'm expecting at least 4 or 5 pages worth.
I'm expecting pretty much his whole roast speech to be about the breaking of a chair.
Chair. And that's the thing is, I accept it. It sucked when it happened. I got hurt, not too bad, but I've embraced it. It's just what it is. I can take the joke. Chili getting mad over you making a song about him, saying he's gonna sue you or something. Did you actually get your lawsuit notice from him?
I haven't gotten a cease and desist from him. I've tried. Trust me, I have tried. I have emailed him the links to every video, including both songs, that I have made about him, and nothing.
That's the thing is, if he saw them, he would have a conniption.
Oh, I know. And Irish Demon has seen the videos. Flat Derp watched one yesterday and literally just left me a bunch of rolling in the floor laughing emojis for his comment and sub to the channel.
And that's the thing is, that's why I love the songs you do about him, because one, they're funny, and two, you're actually pointing out all of his flaws just in a more entertaining manner.
Oh yeah. Well, I still love Flat Derp stuff though. I mean, oh my god, my favorite one from Flat Derp is Chili and Chad in the cage.
Where Chad says, "Welcome to Ironton."
Yeah, and Chad just
I love that one too.
Welcome to Ironton.
I love that one. I love Flat Derp's channel. His stuff is just so funny.
Oh yeah. Now, if I had Flat Derp's talent and I could make cartoons like he does with Chili and Chad, I'd be having a filled day. Like there would be like a constant stream of just Chili cartoons coming off of the channel.
Instead of calling it
Abby
Merry
says
Melodies.
we ain't just cool, we are nerds.
Yeah, I mean, this is some weeb shit. I'll admit it.
Yeah, we all are.
Like, I'll admit it. I am into some nerdy stuff. I don't care. I read comic books. I read manga. I watch anime. I play video games. What are you
Yeah.
gonna like? What more can you do to me that high school has?
Oh, FN, I got to hear that.
But here what I have just used record my Jelly song. I used Johnny Cash's songs. Heard I made as a number on my channel temporarily toss me a
Oh, I
wrench.
don't have you. I don't have you wrenched yet.
How dare you?
Yeah, you're not getting a temporary wrench. You're getting a permanent wrench.
You know, since I've heard about when I learned about the wrench, I had no idea what it was. So it turns out that it's the wrench for a person that is a moderator.
Mm-hmm.
I actually agree with Abby and Cripple Cat. Hurt is just a great song.
Yeah, it is. And it was originally done by Nine Inch Nails.
I prefer Johnny Cash's version better because it's just such a more personal song. It feels.
Oh yeah. No, I like the Johnny Cash version a lot better.
Like there are certain covers that certain people sing them and they make you just feel different things. Like the cover, there's many covers of Hallelujah.
Oh, yeah.
Two of the best, in my opinion, are Leonard Cohen and Jeff Buckley.
Yeah, I like both of those, but I'll add a third one to the mix, Pentatonics.
Was she the woman that was on that talent show?
What, Pentatonics?
Yeah.
No, Pentatonics is a voice band. It's all a cappella, including the drums.
Oh. Well,
And they have their own version of it.
I saw my brother showed me this version of it where this woman was on like a talent show, like America's Got Talent, and she sung a version of it, and it was just like, wow, it hits you hard in the feels. I'll have to check out that version.
All right. Hey, NCR, you on your computer?
Yeah,
You want to grab that link FN dropped
yeah, not a problem.
and pull it up?
Sure.
Because if I open more than one window, my computer is going to go slow.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna burn or something?
Let me grab it real quick. Here it is. All right, I'll share screen. That way. Now all you gotta do is just
Click.
let me make sure we can all hear and
I grift my shit today to see if I still can.
That's good singing.
I focus on the cash the only thing that's real. The lies I tell the same, the old familiar rain. Try to grift each day, but I am going broke. What have I become? Con man and ashamed. Everyone I know goes to jail in the end. I could have had it all. Power Rangers fame. Tried to run the set. They fired me that day.
Oh, I love it. I might download this and make this my new ringtone.
This is good.
I'm short and going gray upon my liar's couch, full of broken dreams I cannot repair. Beneath the stain of tears, the money disappears. If you are someone rich, can I come and stay? What have I become? Mother is ashamed. Everyone I know hates me in the end. I claim to know the law, trifold of mistakes. It will let you down. It will bring only pain. If I could start again, would have studied hard. I did not weigh back then, so I grift today.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling a bit verklempt right now. I'm gonna need a moment. I fucking love it.
FN, man, that is awesome.
That was hilarious.
That was awesome. It was hilarious and did a good job on it.
You know what would be a good song for a parody on a frauder would be? Zach Brown Band's The Wind.
Oh Lord.
I love Zach Brown Band. I don't care. It's bro rock. Uh,
No, FN, you actually did a really good job on that.
I don't care if you won American Idol or not. You're a winner in my book.
Oh man. Yeah, that was really, really good.
Abby, I have not heard that since I was in middle school.
Let's see, when did I first hear it? Oh, I was actually in high school.
I was in elementary school when I first started hearing all that and a bag of chips. But it really didn't blow up until like middle school for me.
Abby, you're starting to give me another idea for a Chili song. Except I would need probably about 3 or 4 of us in the community to do it. Because I would have to do it a cappella style like Home Free did it.
I thought you were going to go boy band style with it.
No. I'd have to do it home freestyle. I'd have to reword the song, but do it to the home freestyle version of Megan Trainor's "All About That Bass," all about the grift.
You know what? If we could get the people to do it, I just had this pop in my head. You said you wanted to do multiple people in the group community. I started thinking, Backstreet Boys. I want it that way. And just get and just do it. I want to grift that way. And I'm just imagining people in our community in the whole boy band outfits.
Oh no. Well, if I wanted to do it the right way, I'd probably see if I could get Artie's Corporate Fiction and Blue Bacon in on it. But then I'd have to keep Artie from trying to switch to stupid sea shanties.
I wanted to see him do a sea shanty of a
Hey,
choice.
you must respect Artie Senpai.
Oh, I got nothing
Yeah,
but
just-
respect for
I
Artie.
Yeah,
love
just kidding.
Artie.
Just kidding.
But I've got to keep him from going off course with the song to a sea shanty. Yeah, Blue Bacon can sing. He has done quite a few musicals.
Hey, Logan.
If I'm not mistaken, Blue Bacon also did the voices for his when you donate, what is it, $10? And you hear our Lord and Savior Taser Daddy P. Barnes.
I think that might have been him. I'm not sure.
If you hear the bass on that, that sounds just like Blue Bacon is singing the bass on that.
Abby is saying that it is him. I love his Metro State musical.
Hey, I did a Metro State musical too.
I've actually had this fear and theory, and I think honestly it will be the dangerous thing to ever happen, but I see it happening. Chili and Jeremy DeWitt teaming up with each other.
Oh yeah, no, that's never going to happen.
You don't know that. I can see them teaming up and just grifting the entire country, or at least the state of Florida.
Well, all you're going to hear from Jeremy DeWitt is Jeremy calling Chili F-boy, and all you're going to hear Chili say is Playboy.
Well, here's my theory on this, and this is why I see it happening. Chili's all about anti-cop. He's all about defunding the cops.
Yeah.
And Jeremy DeWitt wants to be a cop.
But unfortunately, he can't because he's a registered sex offender and he's got so many charges filed against him.
Well, a lot of people in the auditing community's fans have been supporting Jeremy already.
You're serious, right? They're supporting him?
They are supporting him. They feel he's done nothing wrong.
Well, that's what they think.
I can see them actually teaming up and saying, well, look how he did it. He was more professional and more safe than the police doing these escorts. He knew the law better than the cops. And Jeremy would play off of that and use it to boost his own ego. And think about, they could do this whole thing of the cops didn't want him around because he knew that they weren't good. I've said it many a times to my brother and to people in this community. I see that happening soon.
Yeah.
So they honestly believe that he is some sort of good guy who knows the law better than any police officer, which in reality he doesn't.
I am 100% serious. He has fans in the A1 community that support him, that have put money on his
In
books.
the frauditor community? You
Yes.
serious, Rebel? Oh my god.
Well,
Oh,
think
yeah.
about it. He's everything that they believe in, especially the ones who are totally anti-cop and defund police.
Why should anybody be supporting a person who is a registered sex offender who has been charged multiple times of impersonating a police officer and doing a lot of bad stuff? Why should anybody be supporting guys like Jeremy DeWitt?
Well, look at who all supports, Earl Warden, News Now Houston.
Especially when News Now Houston has a lot of people protecting him, lying for him.
Well, look at their personalities. They're very similar. They portray themselves as alpha males. They both portray themselves as the superior in their field.
Oh yeah.
They would mesh so well on all their fronts that even if they sat down with each other and said, "Hey, we could scam people to make this money like I've been doing, but now we can do it at a higher level and get more people on board. We'll just tweak your story and make it more the cops were doing this to stop you, even though they were told not to."
And I guess, yeah, I'm with you. It really takes me off with Jeremy Stolen Valor. I'm just glad to see that he got thrown in the back of a squad car from the prison and taken to Lake County to get booked on petty theft.
Now, I hate to do this to you, but I'm gonna kind of piss you off. Do you know where Jeremy was getting his medals and stuff from?
Georgia?
Yep.
Figures.
He was having people who worked on the base that were in Georgia, and he was actually going to the base there, the big base that you guys got down there for the U.S. Army. Is it Fort
Which one? We
Bragg?
got quite a few forts in Georgia that are pretty big.
Well, he went to one of the big ones down there, from what I got on the Jimmy DeWitt website. That was confirmed through surveillance footage that was accessed of him going in there and buying uniforms and medals under someone else's.
Fort Benning?
I think that's what it was.
Oh, that's U.S. Army basic training for infantry, and that's also it's also where they got tank school at now. It's airborne school, ranger school is there.
He was there. He used someone else's credentials to get on base, and that's where he got some of his medals and his uniforms.
So not only impersonating a police officer, but he's also committing stolen valor.
He's committed stolen valor for years. One of the photos.
I should have realized that.
One of the photos that he has out there on the web of him in the green uh, dress uniform. He
Yep.
bought that uniform, and it wasn't for an army celebration or him graduating. It was a ROTC banquet that he snuck into because he stole his brother's invite.
Oh yeah, that's the one where it's him and Rania standing side by side, and in the
Yeah,
background you can see a Marine in dress blues.
Since he committed so many counts of stolen valor and impersonating a police officer, why is he not in jail?
well, he is in jail, but the problem is this: the the prosecuting attorneys down there did not want to go for the stolen valor, even though multiple people sent in tons of information that he never served, that he's lied about this, that he's used it to influence his business practices by portraying himself as a military veteran.
Yeah, yeah, and not to mention, if you looked at any of Jeremy DeWitt's videos on his YouTube channel, there was the U.S. Army flag behind his desk.
Also, the special ops flag, the
Hmm.
Army Rangers flag, and his whole story for his stolen valor is easily disproven. I don't know if you know it, AU, but it's something that should be made into a movie.
He also had the LAPD flag back behind the desk, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
but he changed out the lettering to the Metro State flag, but still had the City Hall symbol back there.
Hmm.
So this is his stolen valor story, AU, and get ready because it's crazy.
I'm listening.
He spent 10 years as a police officer in Alvito, Florida. And he felt that he needed to do more for his country, and he was young and dumb. So he joined the Army, went to Ranger School, and within 9 months of Ranger School, joined the Special Forces.
I call bullshit.
Okay, spent 15 years in the U.S. Army where he was honorably discharged for a medical injury. Where this is the injury. His parachute did not deploy when we jumped into Fallujah during the Iraq War. His backup did not deploy, the riser did not pop, and the primary parachute did not deploy. So he broke his back and is in so much pain he cannot work even as a volunteer firefighter.
I have a question on that. If he had a parachute accident, then how come he still be able to walk?
Now,
He didn't.
now
He didn't.
there are very, very, very rare incidents of people who have skydived and their parachutes have not deployed in similar manners like he describes. And yes, they have survived, but they are either from the waist down or the neck down paraplegics. If they survive, the now to add to that, his age doesn't timeline with that. So he's, I think, 42, 43. He's in his 40s. By the time we got into Iraq, he would have been probably in his 30s.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah, he never parachuted. He was never in the army. At 18 years of age, he was arrested, charged, convicted for impersonation of a law enforcement officer. A felony at 18 years old.
Now, was this the gas station incident or the ticket book incident?
The gas station incident.
Okay.
The gas station incident was at 18 years old.
Right.
So he could not have served in the military at all.
Yeah, they don't. So I honestly doubt that the army recruiters would not allow anybody with criminal histories to join the army.
Well,
You can join the army with a criminal record.
it's a
but
gray area.
felonies, if it's a felony conviction, you have to have that removed from your record. In other words, you have to basically do the first time offenders plea deal, and once you complete your sentence, that is sealed on your record.
Now
Also, it depends.
Now there are certain things, like let's say a kid who was 14 got caught, in a stolen car. Nobody fesses up to it. He catches the felony charge as well. Well, let's say he gets his life straightened out. He wants to join the military. They will tell him what forms he needs to go petition the courts to either have it sealed or what's the word? Expunged from his record. But it's only small. It's like very few things they'll take you for, even after you get it expunged or sealed.
Yeah, and Logan's right. You'll have to get a waiver for it, even if it's expunged off of your record, because when the military does your background check, who do they do digging? Like they will like talk to everybody you've ever known throughout your entire life, especially if you're going in for a MOS that is going to have security clearance for it.
Now, like I said, there are some things that can be expunged and they can let you come in. Some things are just a flat, no matter what you do, you're not coming in. And impersonating a police officer is one of those no-nos.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big no-no.
But he has so many stories out there of his stolen valor being used to get clients to sign up for contracts, even though they were prior military and were discharged properly, and he can get the military escort and the military funeral procession. No, my company can do it better. My company can do it better. He's used it to influence politicians, other businesses to hire him. It's just baffling.
Yeah, no, Jeremy's just one screwed up individual. and
I also saw one of his videos starting confrontations with people.
Well, here's the funny thing about Jeremy. He is like a frauditor because he only remembers certain parts of the law that favor him, like they do with Poster 7.
yeah, he nitpicks the statutes in Florida to fit what it was, so he didn't get in trouble.
Now, here's the funny thing. We know the Poster 7 routine. We've seen them all do it.
Yeah.
This is Jeremy's routine. When it comes to the actual statute for funeral escorts, he always says the same thing. He's allowed amber and purple. It's actually amber or only one. He's not allowed both. And there's a very distinct reason why he has both on there.
Yeah, because he had at one point, I remember seeing the video. I think it was Friday International Operations that found it, where I think Vidler went out and you could see that the lenses for the amber and the purple were almost red and blue.
That's exactly why he does it. Is he puts the amber and purple at a high strobe rate for the strobes, that when they flash, the colors blend to make red and blue. Even though the lenses are amber and purple, he flashes them together at a high speed. So that's all you see is red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue.
Oh yeah. Well, that's like this new one that Blue has started doing videos on, which I got to get with Blue to find out if I can release some videos that I've been wanting to make on this guy. Because I was going to wait for Blue to start it. I had been helping Blue look into it. But this guy here in Georgia, this Georgia Motor Escort Services LLC guy.
Yeah.
This guy clearly is using red. It's not like Jeremy. He's not using an amber and then flashing it at a certain speed so that it looks red. You know, it is actually red.
And then again, it's state by state have different light laws. Like up here in Ohio, we cannot have any blue lights in general on our vehicles.
Yeah.
Like we can't even have undercoat lights that are blue.
Oh, you can't have blue colored lights of any kind down here in Georgia. That's strictly law enforcement, and you will get a ticket for that in a heartbeat, including underglow.
Now, the funny thing with Jeremy's lights are he does them himself. So he should know when he's arrested. But
Yeah.
I've been looking into this Georgia from Blue, and I'm just like, he's the Georgia version of Jeremy DeWitt.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, you've seen the pictures that Blue has showed of his Ford
Oh, yeah.
Explorer, right?
Oh yeah.
And how it's got that black graphic on the
Mhm.
side. Yeah, no, he's updated that. It's now Ghost Graphics.
Oh,
Yeah, I seen him about 3 weeks before Blue decided to do his first video and release it. And I literally was in my patrol car at a stop sign, looking both ways for traffic, and
as you should.
I heard sirens off in the distance over my left shoulder. So I turn and look, and I'm fixing to turn onto a 4-lane from a 2-lane road. And the Georgia state law says we only have to yield the right of way to funeral processions on a 2-lane. This idiot, me in a fully marked patrol unit, stops in front of me and puts his hand out and tells me not to move. I so wanted to just reach over and grab the PA microphone on my unit and just go, "You're not a cop. It's a 4-lane road." And he's running Ghost Graphics on the Ford Explorer with a big canine decal on the rear door windows and full roof mount light bar with visor light bars in the rear window and front window, lights flashing on the front, and the whole light bar on the roof has changed. It's no longer amber, purple, and red. It's red and white.
That is one thing that just I don't understand why they do this. Why do they go full fucking sheepdog? Sorry for the swear. I shouldn't be swearing. Why do they go full sheepdog?
Yeah, I don't know. And then I looked into his criminal record because
He's going to have one.
Rennie, Blue's moderator, is the one that tipped me off and said I might be able to help since I'm in Georgia. So I started helping out, and I said, Rennie, do we have his criminal record? And she pulled it up and sent it to me on Discord. And I'm like, holy crap, this guy has got like felony and misdemeanor charges all over his record from all different types of states, all over the Midwest and over here on the East Coast. I'm like, how is he advertising for armed security services? He doesn't even have a security license. What in the world is this guy carrying? And I started looking at what he's carrying. And I found out he's carrying the same pepper ball launcher that we carry at work. He's just got it all black, like Jeremy. This guy is so much like Jeremy DeWitt, it's not funny.
And the scary thing with Jeremy is all of his equipment he got is former government equipment. All of his cars were former government cars.
Mm-hmm.
And he did the same thing the cops do. He had a ghost car Charger with Motor One in the ghost decals. He had everything but a canine unit.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. Most of the videos that me and Blue have found of them actually running lights and sirens and stuff, that's mostly on their Facebook page for the company. But if you go on YouTube and you search Georgia Canine Training, they've got an actual YouTube page where he actually shows where they're going and planning a route, and he shows how he uses the canines. I'm like, dude, nowhere in the state of Georgia have I seen any security company use a canine for anything other than detection of narcotics or explosives. I've never seen a canine unit for security do apprehension.
Well, look at Jeremy and his high-risk funeral services. What is high risk about a funeral service that you're going to be covering? Not the lies that you said, but the actual high-risk things that you would have to experience.
Oh, yeah.
You're underqualified for it. Okay? Let's say, like he uses his analogy, oh, well, he stopped gangs from fighting with the families. Really? A gangbanger, a gang member who is already willing to commit crimes for his gang is going to listen to you, someone who has no authority over him in any power.
Yeah, I mean, if he was to pull that damn pepper ball launcher out, if Jeremy was ever to have pulled that damn pepper ball gun of his out and shot at a gangbanger, I guarantee you there would have been about the whole crew of gang members pointing real guns back at him and firing.
And then that's the thing is, oh, well, he's got his pepper ball, he's got his deactivated taser, his deactivated radio that doesn't even work. So it's just there for show.
Oh, yeah.
And again, half the time his clips are empty.
Yeah. I mean, and then there's, if I'm not mistaken, it's a federal code. The way he was portraying the Umarex TPM-1 to be an actual handgun when Vidler arrested him. That's actually a federal crime, if I'm not mistaken.
It is a felony in his case because, yes, if it was me or you, we can openly carry it in a holster as long as we keep the holster exposed.
Yeah.
But because he is a convicted sex offender, he cannot have it in a holster because at that point it becomes concealed. And especially when you look at how he had it, there was no colorization on there to make sure it was a non-lethal. There was no colorization of any kind to say it's not a real gun. There were tactical lights. The clip resembled a clip for a regular 9mm handgun.
Mm-hmm.
There were no bolts on there to say, oh, this is where you put the cartridge or this is where you upload the pepper balls. Nothing like that. It looked like a real gun.
Yeah. Exactly. And FN, actually, no, he couldn't be charged with felon in possession because actually pepper ball launchers are actually something they're allowed to have. What he could be charged with is concealing it, as in not concealing it from view, but concealing it to look like an actual firearm.
His actual charge for that was felon in possession of concealed weapon. But that charge was dismissed and dropped by the DA because they were working on the bigger case at the time, which I would have actually gotten more if they would have kept it.
Yeah.
But they always go full sheepdog with this, and they always try to make themselves more stand out to a cop than a security guard.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. No, I mean, I'm ticked at this guy from Georgia because he's using those red lights. And the reason I'm mad about that is I'm actually registered in the state of Georgia as a first responder, which is just below EMT basic. I actually have the red emergency light permit on my patrol unit. I can legally use those red lights to respond to emergency calls. This guy, Daniel Haar with Georgia Motor Escort Services, he's not. And the permit sticker should be visible on his vehicle. And under state law, that permit should be placed on the driver's side bottom corner of the front windshield. And I've looked at several pictures. I can't find a permit sticker anywhere on the windshield.
When I was looking into Jeremy DeWitt's case and doing my own research for fun before I started my channel, I was always looking for the small details because I'm the kind of guy, the small details make me laugh or make me notice something more. Like in My Hero Academia, the one character has the powers of a frog, so when she talks, she rivets. It's a small little thing that makes me like, okay, that's more noticeable. But with Jeremy's cars and his belts and his uniforms, all you would see are just everything that would make you draw to he's a cop. He's some kind of law enforcement.
Exactly.
Down from how the uniforms were designed to the duty belts, their layout, and then him constantly telling people he's a state certified agent.
Yeah, well, that was only because he has an actual state business license for Metro State. It doesn't mean he's law enforcement or has any authority.
Well, so does a hot dog cart, but still. I mean, not for nothing, man. You know, Tropicana Juice has got an LLC. I don't see them pulling over Minute Maid and holding them up. Although it would be interesting because there are LLCs in football, so I could see the Bucks totally using it to stop the other teams from coming in and only letting the shitty teams come in and play them.
Oh yeah.
Hold on. New England, back when you guys had Brady, no, you guys can't come in. Detroit, come on in. Cleveland, come on in. Yeah, I'll take a shot at my own beloved Cleveland Browns. I don't care. I'll still root for them.
Oh, Abby, since you're our moderator, you mind dropping links to channels, please? FNs, AUs, Logans, NCRs. What else do we have in here that has channels? Crippled Cats.
Does Pokey have a channel? I saw him in here earlier.
Yeah, I saw Pokey in here earlier.
Oh, Miss Mandy's.
Yep.
Was here.
I still want to get Logan to do Mamas Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Frauditors.
I need to start recording me and my brother's conversations when we're at the grocery store. Because we actually had a discussion about being First Amendment auditors. I'm like, don't be one thing in life you should never do, be a First Amendment auditor. They're like, oh, I'm not. I'm like, well, good. From across the produce section. He's one end, I'm at the other. I'm just yelling it. Good, don't.
Oh,
They
no.
have some weird discussions about that shit.
Oh, I wish I could show video footage and stuff from body cameras and dash cameras from our patrol units at work. Some of the shit that we see. Like there was one call I went to. It was I had my actual law enforcement teacher from high school show up because he was full-time teacher, but he's a reserve deputy sheriff.
Right.
And he shows up to a possible drunk driving call that we had on property. And he made the guy do a field sobriety test.
Oh. How hammered was this guy?
Oh, this guy was so hammered. When we arrived on scene, we thought he was dead in the driver's seat behind the wheel of his truck. And finally got the guy's attention. And it was me, one of my guys, my former law enforcement teacher, my boss, and the fire department, plus animal control, because the guy had a dog in the car with him.
Naturally.
And we ran through the field sobriety test with the guy, right? And I just remember saying, you want to see something funny? And telling the guy to do the one leg stand again.
Oh, Jesus.
And then I told the guy, I said, okay, do it with your other foot. And he took both feet off the fucking ground at the same time and fell on his ass.
I would love to see that because I've seen similar. I wish I could get some of the old reports from Florida, from my old neighborhood, because some of the police calls out there were just wild. Like, I was witness to the beginnings of a fist fight between a almost 7 foot tall gentleman and a little person.
Oh, no. You remember how everybody keeps saying nowadays we all say, don't text and drive, don't use your phone and drive. We all got the laws in every state where you have to use Bluetooth.
Yes.
I also say no texting and walking. If I could find video footage, if I could call up Mall of Georgia's security director right now, who is one of the guys that I trained years ago when I worked there, and just have them send me video footage from like 2012, 2011, where I sat on overnight shift at the mall watching people come out from the movie theaters and walk through the food court where there was a fountain in the center of the food court, texting and faceplant into that fountain.
Oh, Jesus.
Or better yet, we locked the exterior automatic sliding doors would get locked at 11 o'clock. And the movie theater is the only thing still open and would stay open until about 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. People coming down, walking and texting and miss the fountain, but go straight through that automatic door in the food court to go out the next one, and it's locked and faceplant into the glass. And I know everybody's going to say, oh, Paul Blart. Yes, we use Segways at Mall of Georgia. But hilariously, I have seen video footage of one of our security guards on a Segway crash the Segway, fly through the air over the handlebars, and land in some old lady's lap sitting on a bench inside the mall.
Oh, I'd have to watch that.
It just some of the stupid stuff I have seen working for mall security.
I have to share this story with you because it is hilarious. But then I'm gonna have to go because I have a live stream tonight at 6. You're welcome to come up or just hang out for a bit in the chat if you want. But this story is, once you hear it, you're like, I can't unhear this. The gentlemen I'm about to describe are both named Mike. For the sake of time, I'll refer to one as TM for Tall Mike and LM for Little Mike. Tall Mike, well, TM liked his spirits. And he was always willing to have his spirits on him. To the point where he did not make the best decisions. LM happened to be picked on a lot, so he had a temper about him, even with children. So I was standing by the payphones waiting for my cousin to come out of the local Circle K. And LM walks by muttering, says some choice words to me, and all I did was look towards his direction because I heard a voice. Goes inside. As my cousin comes out and we're leaving, TM walks by, well, more like staggering by. We go to our grandmother's house, who's across the street. My mom goes in to get some drinks for my grandma because they ordered pizza and we're gonna have a family night. Well, out of nowhere, we start hearing cop cars blaring into the neighborhood. Apparently, TM saw little Mike. I know I keep messing this up. and asked him for 3 wishes because he thought he was a leprechaun. And when he said, "Where's my pot of gold or my 3 wishes?" Little Mike took offense to that and called him a drunk SOB. At that point, words are now dropped and hands start flying. Little Mike is thrown into the chip rack. Little Mike tackles and bites Tall Mike's shin and making him fall into the candy display. At this time, as he's being bitten and fall into a Snickers and Milky Way display, he is yelling, "Get the midget leprechaun off my leg." My mom is hearing 2 grown men fighting in the candy aisle. At that point, 2 deputies or police officers roll in, separate them, and Little Mike yells, "I want that drunk MFer arrested. He tossed me, and that is a crime." As my mom is leaving the store because she's trying to get the hell out of there, she hears Tall Mike utter to the cop, "It's not my fault. The leprechaun wouldn't give me my gold or wishes." I look outside and I can see them putting Tall Mike into the cop car and struggling with Little Mike, getting him into the other cop car because his legs are kicking. I told you, once you hear this story, you can't unhear it.
Oh,
I just want the paperwork on that fight.
I want video.
This was before body cams. This was like 94, 95.
Oh, I still want to see some shitty CCTV footage.
I actually went across the street to go and try to see what happened afterwards. The whole candy aisle was trashed. And there were like a good 10 bags of broken Frito-Lay's products. The Kathy Ireland display for Bud Light was knocked over.
Wow.
But the funniest was this. An older gentleman walked in and was like, "Y'all still selling lotto tickets after this mess?"
Still got to get them lotto tickets.
You can't win if you ain't in it. That is Florida.
Oh, good grief. And everybody wonders why I haven't gone back to Florida in such a long time.
And everyone asks why, from such a young age, did I want to leave that state?
Florida man.
I moved down there when I was 4. And from like 3 months later, I was like, I want to go back to Ohio. I want to move back. Just anywhere but Florida.
Yeah, well, you know, Florida, I have this one thing, and I get it from one of my favorite comedians, Tim Wilson. You know, once you get south of Gainesville, Florida, you're back in Michigan.
I don't know. Michigan's pretty bad, but not as bad as Florida. No, I can tell you actual Florida man stories that were like, how
I'm
did
back.
you not? How is that legal? How does somebody not get fired? Like my gym teacher chasing a bunch of kids with a machete.
Possibly related to Jason Voorhees.
No, this was like a 5 foot something woman who.
Well, we got one of our teachers fired.
Oh no, she didn't get fired.
Oh, Abby, thank you for posting the link in my channel. I really appreciate it.
She was not fired. She was not punished at all.
Oh, we got one of our teachers fired. When I was in middle school, one of the kids in my class, his dad was a cop.
Mm-hmm.
And the class that I was taking was called tech skills. It was like engineering and computers and
Is a STEM class
physics.
before STEM?
This is a class that they made us all take. You learned how to build a balsa wood airplane. You built a bridge to see how much weight it could withstand under an actual press.
Whoever is my 93rd subscriber, thank you for subscribing.
There was all kinds of stuff that we did. And this teacher we had for this class, he was always like drunk throughout the whole class. And we're like, what in the world is up with this teacher? So he was a pain in the butt too. So one of the kids whose dad was a cop, he got his dad's pepper spray and brought it with him to school. And the teacher's always drinking out of a thermos.
I don't like where this is going.
So he ran down the hall to go to the bathroom. And the kid with the pepper spray went up to the thermos, opened it up, and just filled it full of pepper spray.
Oh, God.
And put the lid back on and the cup top on it and took off back to his station. And he's sitting across from me. I'm trying to put together a bridge with little bitty like popsicle sticks. And the teacher comes back in the classroom and opens up the thermos and just tips it back and starts to chug it. And he gets a face full of pepper spray.
Mm-mm-mm.
And he throws the thermos back down on the desk and runs out of the classroom screaming. Meanwhile, teachers from down the hall are running out to see what in the world's going on. The principal comes down the hall and comes into our class and says, what in the world is wrong with your teacher? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just building my
grown-up
bridge.
juice. He had some
And-
really bad apple juice.
And some of the other kids said he took a swig out of his thermos and then he ran out of here screaming. We don't know what's wrong with him. Like none of us are ratting out the kid that just filled the thing full of pepper spray. And the principal holds it up and goes, whoo, whoo, and starts fanning and coughing. He's like, oh, what in the world is in this other than the alcohol? And the principal runs up the hall with the thermos. And then the principal comes back with the school resource officer, and we're all sitting there like, Principal's like, okay, who did something to the teacher's thermos? Don't know what you're talking about. They eventually found the kid that filled it full of pepper spray, and he got in trouble, but the teacher got fired for drinking on the job.
The stories of Florida Man School I had were wilder, and nobody got any punishment. 1 second, man.
Uh-oh. FN's a Washington fan? All right. Well, AU, you're back just in time for the finale of the show.
Ooh.
Yeah. Well, once NCR gets back, I'm going to end it because NCR's got a stream coming up in an hour. And I've got to hop off of here and get some things done around the house. Oh, Logan, you called that shop class?
The Chop Chop class?
Yeah. Usually shop class, the teacher's missing some fingers.
Oh, okay. Oh, Kirk, did that actually happen with the Steelers? You're a Steelers fan and they just lost the Patriots.
Yeah, I don't follow the
Sorry
professional
to hear that,
football.
Purple Cat. What was that?
I don't follow professional football.
Oh, that's such funny because my dad is watching football right now.
Well, I follow college. I watch the college games. And my main teams are Georgia and Tennessee. And let's see here. Any comments I missed? Nope. All right. AU, you want to give your channel a shout out? I know Abby dropped the link.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah. On my channel, I like to post videos of me making fun of frauditors, and I also honor those, honor the people in our community that's passed away.
Yep. And guys, NCR's not here to give his channel a shout out, but go check out NCR also. He's got a live stream coming up later today. And
Crooked, I'm so sorry that the Steelers lost. He's posted a crying emoji.
yeah, the Steelers have still got plenty of games ahead, Cripple Cat. I mean, they might have
Well,
lost this one, but
it
they
over
can always
yet.
bounce back.
It ain't over yet.
Nope. It's not. But guys, go check out NCR's channel. He'll be doing live stream later today. And as always, if you like my content, share it, hit the like button, help the algorithm out. And we will see you next time.